why is Georgie not in Bolson anymore? Is that like you don't answer that?
He's too Christian.
No, I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
He didn't go to the ritual in the basement.
Yeah,
He refused.
that's what it was.
He kept
Bro,
his hand on
what?
the Bible.
I still don't know. I still haven't seen anything about this ritual, bro. Is there any? Is that?
Oh, look at you're adding this liberal. This
Hey.
fence-sitting liberal.
Chill.
Look at this Mike. He's about to look. He's about to.
Not all girls who expose their body are whores, though, necessarily. Like, I'm gonna be honest.
Like your
I want
sister.
to ask you a question. No, hold on. I want to ask a question. I'm not gonna say this, put anything down, but look. What's your name one more time, miss?
Pearle, like the jewel Pearle. Yeah.
Pearle. Let's say you had I'm not saying you don't, because I don't know, because you didn't stand out for me. Let's say you have an amazing body, tits, ass, lips. You know, like all the Instagram
Like your
models
sister, Adin.
All
Like
right,
your
get the fuck
sister.
out of here, bitch! That's why I decided to hold you, bitch. Listen, so what I'm trying to say is, it's like they do it because it's modeling. You know what I'm saying? So like, do you think? Okay, Zendaya, for example, she's a model, right?
Mm-hmm.
She ugly as fuck.
Really? You
tripping,
think she's
bro.
ugly?
You're tripping.
Bro,
I think
she
Zendaya
is.
is ugly. I'm a 2. God damn.
Yikes.
Wait, Sneako, why is that guy watching you? Never mind.
Wait, can you hear me?
L.
Hey, Mike, put your camera on.
Oh, bro, I haven't been on this system in a long time, bro.
Hey, Mike.
Remember?
Tell me about
Yeah,
your-
Yo, what up, guys? Bro, remember when I used to have a stream, Adin?
Oh,
Yes.
this is so cool. Hi, Mike.
Hi, how are you? Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I
Wait,
know we
Mike,
got off
are
on
you-
the wrong
wait.
foot, but I actually do like your podcast.
Thank
Hold
you
on,
so much.
Mike, are you sure you have permission to be on here? Did Logan give you permission?
You're funny.
I'm
You're
kidding.
funny, bro.
Hey, Mike, does Logan still take 20% from you?
All
No,
right. All right. He never
wait,
asked.
no. That's a good question. I actually talked about that a lot in the past. We did have a contract where he was going to get 20% of my revenue for 5 years, and he actually decided not to take it, which was
Hey, W Logan in the chat, man. W Logan.
yeah. No,
Yo, Mike, can I ask you something? I saw this
Yes, sir.
clip. I'm not even joking or any of that. Jake
Yes, sir.
Paul, Jake Paul, I like it. He can box, yeah. But there's this video he did where he goes in a basement with his psychic team to enter a trance-like non-ordinary state. And he said there's definitely spirits controlling this career. What the fuck is he doing? He said he started crying and then was happy, and the 10 of them are all screaming in a dark basement in the underworld. That's some satanic fucking ritual. Who the fuck is around Jake Paul? How do you allow Satanists around him? You laughing like it's not true? Google it. YouTube it. Go YouTube it.
Well,
Mike,
look,
are
I
you a
just wanna-
Satanist?
Mike-
Are you part of the
No,
Illuminati?
No, actually not.
Can I say one thing, Mike? Everyone get off Mike's dick. This is my literal uncle, bro. Mike, bro, I was coming up and shit. Mike,
Aiden, why are you trying to protect me? Why can't I just answer these
I just said
questions?
one thing, before anyone
Bro,
ever
stop
tries
dick
to-
sucking and let him answer the question. We get it. He's your uncle, bro.
Hey, Sneako, listen to me, bro.
Okay, watch joke, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
okay.
say it,
Mike,
bro.
explain. Are you a part of the Illuminati?
All I want to say is one thing, please. The weirdest thing I ever saw Mike, the weirdest thing Mike's ever done, ever, I've heard him have sex before. You had a threesome? You had a threesome in that room. That's it?
No, the weird Mike, the crazy my favorite content of Majlak, I like the burger reviews, but that one where you kept fucking the porn star and then she got pregnant but the child wasn't yours was the best fucking magic trick.
Where are you
Best
pulling
content I've
this?
ever seen.
Wait, so what do you want answers to first? Do you want me to tell you what?
Jake Paul, yo, wait,
No,
Mike,
yes.
Mike, please
Well, I
tell
can't
Chad.
say anything.
Mike,
So
hold on,
shut
I
the
used to be a
fuck up.
crackhead.
Shut the fuck up. I can't say anything.
I used to be a crackhead too,
I can't say anything. I can't say anything. You don't shut up. Well, you don't let me say anything.
But Mike, tell the
Let him
chat I'm
talk,
not
let Mike
joking.
talk. Let Mike talk.
Okay. So you want to hear about the Satanist cult, or do you want to hear about the Illuminati? Which
Yeah,
one
but
first?
don't joke about it. Don't joke.
Okay, I don't know what video you're talking about. I'll respond.
Oh, come on. There's 10 people he hired. He hired 10 people.
Okay, Zherka, shut up now.
I'll respond to Sneako first. Sneako, I'm a Christian man. I was just in Saudi 2 days ago, spending time with some of our Muslim brothers out there.
Alhamdulillah.
Yep, that's right. Great people out out
I
in
love
Saudi.
Muslims. I love Muslims until they're on an airplane, but I love them.
Bro, with
Let's
these
go.
2007 jokes,
Dude.
you know who really did it.
Dude.
Don't act
It's
stupid right
2001.
now.
2001.
It's
Yo.
2007 humor because that's how Bush era your
September
jokes are.
11th.
Because you're
No.
a boomer with your old
September
jokes. We know what year it
11th.
was, but get past it. We already know who really did it. But anyway, Mike, go ahead.
Wait,
No.
so what? So, okay. So
No,
what
no.
was what's the Jake Paul video? I don't know what video it's talking about because it sounds like it was from a long time ago.
It was from literally his last boxing fight.
I heard about this too, actually.
Wait,
Aaron to the dad.
Wait.
My boy.
Wait, Aiden, can you pull it up?
Yeah,
No.
YouTube, Jake Paul using demons to demonically charge his career.
Okay.
He goes into the underworld, the basement, with gay liberal psychics from LA, and he starts crying and screaming with 10 other
What?
black guys in a basement, and they let out their emotions, and they allow something to come in them so they can punch harder. He explains it so transparently.
Wait,
I'm like,
wait,
bro,
I found
his soul is damned to hell. His soul is damned to hell.
Oh, shit.
Logan, where are you, Logan?
You know,
what kind of fucking older brother lets
they
that shit go?
think I'm part of the deep state too. Yeah,
I believe it.
that's what they tell me.
You're a psyop to destroy the
I
real
don't.
world.
All I wanted, I was like, okay, if there was a deep state party, I wasn't invited. I don't know.
What are the thoughts on the deep state, dude? Is that thing still going on? Like, who's like the main representative of the deep state?
I don't know, but I'm supposed to be a part of it. So
George Soros,
I just
Bill
like,
Gates.
I just like an invite.
Aiden Ross.
What did he say?
Huh? No, it's just, what's up, man?
Yo,
what he said.
Sneako, you know Aiden Ross once put me in a group chat with Tate.
Yeah, now I don't know about this.
No one, really, no one. I don't even know if I've ever talked about this before.
What happened? What did he say? Did he
Mike and T had a conversation.
did he call you a heroin addict or something?
Nah. It was very cordial. It was after like a lot of the shit went down with our podcast, and Aiden just put us in a chat. It was very respectful and cordial. We were sending voice memos, and I think we had actually talked about me coming to Dubai to potentially do a one-on-one and just kind of clear up the air on a lot of shit. And then it was probably shit. What, Aiden, like maybe a month before he got popped?
2-3 weeks. And I want to
Yeah.
clarify.
I told you the same thing when I saw you at the UFC fight and then the club. I think I told you pretty much the same thing, that at first I thought it was.
Yeah, no, small talk is content.
It's not small talk. It's actually.
You guys, how the fuck are you guys entertainers, bro?
Can
I'm
you chill
getting
with the
bored as
Illuminati
fuck.
for 5 seconds? Okay, go recharge
I
your
wanted
brain in
him
the
to
bathroom.
answer.
Look, so are you going to come to Rumble now or are you going to go choose kick? That's basically the bigger question.
I got the kick deal.
Good.
But you're not the one who matters. Mike, which side are you choosing?
He's kicked. He's with me. You gotta think, he's my family. He's family. He's gonna support me. I'm gonna support him. We're family.
Well, shit. Well, hold on. But so that would be where my brain would immediately go. But also, isn't like Dana and shit on the Rumble side? Obviously.
Rumble team. Yes, sir.
And Dana UFC Prime. Like, there's a lot there. It's. I mean, Aiden, I'm gonna be honest. I probably would go with you still, bro. You're like my little bro, dude.
Exactly.
You know?
We're family.
I don't have any money. I don't have any money or anything with Rumble, so I got to choose my fam. You know, the family.
And I'd make sure you're good over here.
Yeah, well, I already know that, bro. I already know that much.
No.
Anyways,
But I want to go back to what you guys were saying.
You'll choose the right side.
Tate and Mike were supposed to meet up, but it never happened. With Logan, well, because it was with Logan, right? Logan didn't want to go or something like that. You never told him?
no, I talked to him about it. He didn't care one way or another. He was like, if you want to go out there and talk to him, because he knows it would be a productive conversation.
Wait, Mike, I have no idea what's going on. I don't think a lot like you does. Why is Georgie not on Impulsive anymore? Is that like you don't answer that?
He's too Christian.
No, I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
At all.
He didn't go to the ritual in the basement.
Yeah,
He refused.
that's what it was.
He kept
Bro,
his hand on
what?
the
I
Bible.
still don't know. I still haven't seen anything about this ritual, bro. Is there any? Is that?
I just let's not talk about that shit. It's scary though.
Zherka brought it up and now he's just like looking at the next line instead of
No,
talking.
Aiden's a fucking coward. He brought it up on stream and took it off when he saw it's real. This fucking snake.
Yo, what else do you guys talk? Do you guys only talk about government conspiracies now, or do you still talk about like boxing and like what like fighting? Like what else you guys talk
No,
about?
we talk about your best friend doing demonic deals.
My best friend.
We
doing
were
demonic
talking about the tweet earlier that
Yeah.
I triggered you.
Yeah,
Is
can
there a
you?
flat chat? Yes or no?
Huh?
what you're really gonna switch gears to that real quick?
Sorry.
No, I wouldn't mind talking about that tweet. I've seen a lot of your stuff on Twitter. I think you're brilliant in the way that you are able to get people to engage with your stuff. And I also saw some of your pod with Jordy, which was interesting. I think you're very well spoken.
Thank you.
Honestly, my thing, and I told this to Sneako, because I did get a chance to speak to Sneako at the UFC event in Miami. I guess my thing is I'm very anti-conflict. And I mean that in like all ways, and that's not to say that I don't think that we should discuss topics and get into the nitty gritty on it.
I'm like, isn't that a little gay?
Are you 12? Like, are you actually 12 years old?
No,
like, what are you talking
30.
about?
He's pushing 30.
What are you talking about? How the fuck could that?
Isn't it gay? It's just a question, bro.
But it's a weird question. It doesn't make any fucking sense, bro.
Okay, maybe check with
No,
your PR.
I'm curious to see what he was gonna say. What were you saying?
I actually lost my train.
So
of
you
thought.
said you don't like conflict.
Yeah. I try to avoid conflict and just talk. I don't know. My hope for the world is that we could all kind of start to fix some of the divide that exists between us. And
So
yeah.
how do you do that? By calling me a bitch?
Yo,
Wait, sorry. Did I say that?
I think
Yeah,
so.
you called her a
Pretty sure.
stupid hairy cunt bitch.
No, don't do that. I'll tell you one way we fix it, and it's definitely not by misquoting.
No, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember exactly what you said. It was a while ago. I think you said either attention whore or bitch. It was something like that.
Mike, you and Pearle, you guys should just meet up and fuck and just make up.
Bro, why do you always have to be?
It's a
weird?
joke.
I didn't say that.
I'm sick of
I'm okay on that, but
Listen, attention whore is like a term. It doesn't really mean like whore. You know what I'm saying? Oh no! I remember what it was. I said whoring for likes on Twitter, but that's not the same as
You
like
can say that to a man too. I get it.
And you also just almost transform that into me calling you a bitch, which I don't use that term.
Sorry, I thought that's what you said, but I didn't remember. I just remember it was like something
That's a big difference,
yeah.
bro.
I'm sorry.
No, sorry. It's completely fine. My original point was like, I just wish that we could all like, not to sound like a Beatles song, like,
But we should all hold hands and do kumbaya.
No, not even. But what I'm saying is this: I feel like people on both sides of the aisle of any argument or debate, they speak in a way to make people perceive this idea that they're trying to fix the problem, when in reality, fixing a problem doesn't sound like either of the people on either side sound like. We're not having productive conversation to solve problems. We're having unproductive conversation to drive viewership and to drive followers and to drive engagement, to sell products, to get ad revenue. That's just the fact of the matter. If we wanted to have a productive conversation, we would speak respectfully to each other. We would talk about the points that matter.
Mike, isn't that kind of gay?
See, it's funnier when you say. I don't know why it's funnier when you say.
So, Mike, I just want to say one thing, guys. Part of the reason why I stepped away from that controversial shit was Mike. We had to talk to UFC. He was like, "Yo, Adin, like, what are you doing?" Like, he's like, "It doesn't affect you. Like, you saying there's two genders, it doesn't really affect you. Like, why do you care so much?" And I admitted to Mike. I said, "Mike, I did that shit obviously to fucking piss people off that were trying to cancel me. And that's the truth. It's all about perspectives. Like,
well,
I just believe in like honesty, right? And I can understand maybe from your point of view, you think it's like harsh, or you think it's like you don't have to use those words or whatever. But I just think the next generation of women should know that like there are consequences if you make those decisions. Men don't look at you the same. People will call you that. And it's like, it's one thing where we could say, oh, be nice and like don't like call that those people that. But I honestly, when I tweeted that, I looked up the definition of a whore, and so I was like, doesn't this fit the definition? They're selling their body for money. And so I'm like, so I thought it was funny that day. I was like, I could just put in like this strippers are whores, OnlyFans models are whores, and it's like the most basic water is wet to me. But it was crazy because I was like, I triggered Logan Paul's friend, like the guy from Impulsive.
That's how you know.
I'm sorry.
No, that's not
I was
unheard
like,
of.
this is the most basic thing. Like everyone knows this.
No, but I don't disagree with your sentiment in the idea that we need to educate women and let them know that they're, and men, and let everyone know that their decisions have consequences. I just believe that social media pundits, mainstream media, everyone has a way now of watering down very complex problems into clickbait and into 140 or less characters. And I think the idea that you can get into the psyche, the mindset of a woman who probably understands the consequences that you're talking about and thoroughly comprehends that and try to tell them why or why not they should make those decisions without understanding emotional distress, family distress, trauma, PTSD, all of the things that they're going through. And by the way, once again, I'm not defending or not defending their actions, but what I'm saying is I think as a people we've gotten into this way of like not only canceling on one side, but also critiquing the actions and having opinions on the actions of others without fully understanding the environment in which they live in.
Well, I think a lot of people are put into like tough situations, and it's all about the choices you make. And I think it's a bit of a cop-out when you kind of blame the choices that you made on your situation, even though maybe it could make it a bit understandable, but it doesn't change like what it is. And to me, it's like, you know, I didn't call anyone personally that, but to me, I'm like, isn't water wet? Like, what else is?
I mean, Mike, I hear what you're saying, Mike, and I'm not mad at you. You're not all the way bad. I remember when Logan Paul said it's manly if you like go on camera on YouTube wearing a dress or on TV or a movie, and you were like, nah, bro, that's not manly. So I like that. But what Pearle's trying to say is, Mike Majlak, I know I don't want to damage your bottom line. You got a lot of money you've made, but what would you define as a whore in society? Because the word exists, so you can't say nothing. Give us, what is a whore through the liberal lens of?
First of all, I'm very far from liberal, bro. I'm not far right. I like to consider myself.
Well, what's a whore? What's a whore? What's a whore, Mike?
Honestly, I don't.
This is where you start drowning. This is where you're gonna drown, Mike.
No, it's not. It's not something that I think about on a daily basis. I mean, it's like I think it's a fluid term. I mean, what's a whore to you? Some people would consider a whore any woman who has sex before marriage. Some people would consider a whore somebody that has sex with more than 3 people before they're the age of 26.
I'll give you numbers.
Some people consider a whore someone that you know is out on Fifth Avenue selling their body for money.
Mike, don't be the liberal press. I'm asking you. I'm asking what to Mike Majlak. To Mike Majlak, what is a whore? Not some people.
So my simple answer would be I don't care. And this is what I talk about.
And you wouldn't answer. No. That's Logan. That's Hollywood. That's you. That's Logan. That's Hollywood. And you guys get people like Aiden canceled. And you take from my money. You guys take from me and Aiden's money because you won't answer and make us look crazy. Answer it.
I'll answer any question you want. But Sneako, I talked to you at UFC, and I told you the reason why I don't talk about a lot of the topics is because I really, like, I'm being completely honest with you. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about the definition of a whore. I don't want to sit here and talk about.
You have a podcast with a
big platform. You Pearle says it. You give a fuck when she says it. You give a fuck when the whore says it. I mean, Pearle.
Hey,
what?
I heard. I'm sorry.
I do have a podcast. I like to talk about the idea that there's life outside the solar system. I like to talk about different. I like to talk about YouTube boxing and who the best boxers are. I like to talk about business. I like to talk about food. I don't really like to talk about the definition of a whore and what a whore's deal is in this society, women versus men. I just don't. That doesn't interest me. It's not something that I'm curious.
No. Hold on. Sneako, stop.
One point.
Sneako, you're not good at this. You're not good at this.
I'm
Sneako, let me make one point.
You made too many points, Mo.
I'll give you an Andrew Tate sticker if you just give me 5 seconds.
Okay.
Now look at this, Mike. My problem is that fence sitting is fine. Make your money, boo boo. But you care when we who actually speak our mind, when we say it, you care, you
I was gonna
slander
make the
us,
same
or
fucking
you
point.
disavow us, you take away from our money, and we're supposed to just take it. We
Right.
want your answer of what is a
Disagree.
whore.
I disagree. I made a statement in response to an absolute statement made by someone. All strippers are whores.
I think I
That's
just said
not-
strippers. I think I don't think I said
no.
all. I think I said strippers.
Regardless, when I see one thing I've learned in the podcast space, when having conversations with other people, absolute statements, you should generally avoid them unless they're completely and utterly factual.
Joe Biden is
honestly,
Joe Biden is a senile retard. That's an absolute.
I think that anyone that sells their body for money is a whore.
And I don't know if I disagree with that statement in sentiment.
Mike,
I really don't know if I disagree with that. I guess I would agree with it.
So
I don't know.
He's drowning.
Wow.
He's drowning, bro. Mike, you're drowning. Mike, let me save you. Mike, you know why you're being a phony? Because you don't care if your friend does it, but if it's your daughter, you care. If it's your daughter, you care.
Well, Mike, can I tell you like what I think?
I don't have a daughter.
And explore the hypothetical, you dumb liberal LA retard. If you had a daughter, you wouldn't let her do porn, but your friends will let them do because you don't care about your friends. You just fuck.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure. Can I answer like how you just did?
Who the fuck do you think you're talking to, bro? Are you fucking serious?
Are we going to Connecticut?
No. It's not a tough combo. I just don't know who the fuck you think you're talking. Like, at what point do you think you can speak to me? At what point do you think you can speak to me at all? But let alone in the way that you're speaking to me, bro.
I'm so afraid.
It's not about being afraid, dude. You just sound like an idiot. Like, I'll speak to Sneako and
okay, here's my answer. Can I answer? Here's my answer, Mike.
Like, bro, you sound like a moron.
Michael,
you sound like a fucking hyped up, psychopath, coked out, low IQ individual. That's what you sound like.
Crazy.
You sound like a moron. I assure you, if you took an IQ test, you would not score above an 80. I would put any amount of money on that. Adin, get me a deal on Kick. Get me a deal on State. I guarantee you, take the money on this one. His IQ is below 80, guaranteed. Sneako would double his IQ. Sneako would double his IQ.
Let him go. Adin, let him go. Adin, don't talk. We're going to peak viewers. Hey, Mike, I grant you that. I believe that my IQ is 80. That means you got baited by 80 IQ. What does that make you?
An entertainer, brother. Are you not entertained?
You'd have to be sub 80.
Mike, to be fair, he's on coke.
I do a lot of blow, Mike. I'm sorry. I want to do a podcast. Impulsive in the chat for Zherka. Zherka on Impulsive this week. Let's go.
You should.
Anyways, in sentiment, your statement was right. I'm trying to revisit the response that I made to that statement, which was, because I don't think I said that your statement was wrong. I think my response was simply that you're doing the same thing on Twitter for likes, which is what I said. So I don't think I disagreed in sentiment to what you said. Because yes, if you are stripping or you are fucking for money, then yes, you technically by definition are a whore. I think we can all agree with that definition.
And you think it's equal tweeting?
Sorry.
You think it's
equal? No.
Okay.
Come on. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. What I said was a tongue-in-cheek, written response.
I was excited, honestly. I was like, this reached impulsive. This is great.
No, all I wanted to do was just it all comes back to the same thing that I said. Go ahead.
But I'll tell you the thing though. I think that you're. When we don't make definitive statements about certain actions, I think it confuses the next generation of women to think that there are no consequences for those things. And
the next generation of whores. Right?
I agree with that. I agree with that.
I think it's really important that we're specific and we don't say not all. There's exceptions, because that leaves room for like younger women to think, oh, I can do this and it'll be fine.
Even younger women are whores.
Well, I mean, they can't all be like. That's
listen. Let me just give you statistics.
Oh no!
This is the first time in history of thousands and thousands of years that women have closed the gap on cheating and are cheating almost as much as men who have 10 times higher sex drive. Well, yeah, men have a 10 times higher sex drive, and women close the gap.
Well, yeah.
If there was ever a time to say women are whoring, it's 2023. Zherka in the chat.
Wait,
well, when you look
I
at
won. Don't
horny
talk.
or no?
Don't talk, Adin. I won.
Dude,
I
do
won.
girls get horny or no? Like, do they as horny as guys or no?
Depends if they have their clitoris.
I mean,
In some nations, they don't have a clitoris.
oh wow. Yeah, but not as much as guys, I don't think. But I don't know. I've never been a guy.
Well, I feel like the gap probably is shrinking on sex drive. I think men are becoming less sneako. I feel like you could probably help me here. This seems like one of your talking points.
Like, you fuck bitches. Hold up, real quick. This is a genuine question. So, bro, a girl that goes to the club, meets a guy, and goes home and fucks them, versus a guy that goes home to the club or goes to a club, meets a girl, and fucks her. What's the difference, in your opinion? And the reason why I'm asking
the consequence is the men don't really have a consequence for it. Typically, women feel.
What does the woman feel after?
Soulless.
It depends on.
Her
I mean,
soul
it depends
slowly
how
removes
broken
from her
like she
body.
is
She
already.
starts
But
breaking.
I mean, we all know the more sexual partners a girl has, the less like the more likely she is to be divorced. And men, it's true too, but it's not as much. Like women.
I think as a society, we close that gap through what we believe about men and women, and in reality, like being a whore on either side of the spectrum, man or woman, has negative side effects.
That's it.
Your job?